If you're trying to get yourself to sleep, there are certain foods you need to avoid eating at all costs before bed. We'll be listing them all in this video about 13 foods you shouldn't eat before bed. 1. Dried fruits. Eating too much of it can lead to sleepless nights because it can trigger cramping and gas. So if you love dried fruits, it is time that you skip it when it is close to bedtime. Or else you might find it hard to sleep, and the next day you'll still feel tired. Instead of dried fruits, you might want to go for whole and fresh fruit. This can help satisfy your sweet tooth, but without causing sleepless nights. Fresh fruits also contain more fiber that can keep you fuller for a longer time. By feeling full, you are less likely to have night cravings, thus you can avoid frequent awakenings. 2. Alcohol. A lot of people consume alcohol, which technically is not a food, to get to sleep quickly. Alcohol is also consumed with other foods that can negatively affect sleep. It might be the time to give up on alcohol if you can notice that it's causing you trouble sleeping. Alcohol is a stimulant of the nervous system that can slow the body down, causing you to feel sleepy and your body to relax. However, it can lead to shorter sleep cycles, causing an imbalance to your overall sleep experience. You might want to try quitting on alcohol for about a week and notice the huge difference in your sleep. Feel how you're rested and relaxed when sleeping. 3. Fatty foods. Have you been advised to eat a light evening meal? There is a reason for that. Digestion slows down as your body prepares to sleep. In this case, hard-to-digest food will stay longer in your stomach, causing issues like acid reflux, which can lead to disrupted sleep. More fat in food can lead to more disruptions. It will also lead to less restorative sleep and less total sleep time. You must skip foods like meats, cheeseburgers, ice cream, and French fries, and other sugary and fatty foods before sleeping. Instead, focus on having balanced meals for the day to prevent starving by dinner. Aiming to have both healthy meals and smaller portions can prevent you from binge eating and the need to fill your stomach because you didn't eat enough throughout the day. Bear this tip in mind. Avoid fatty food to sleep better and faster. 4. Caffeine. Do you enjoy drinking soda? How about caffeine-added energy bars? Caffeine is a stimulant that can keep your system alert. If you're trying to get a good night of sleep, you should not drink coffee or consume any food that contains caffeine. Otherwise, it can wreck your sleep pattern and schedule. Did you know that caffeine can rise in your body for at least 30 minutes after consumption? And did you also know that it can stimulate your body for up to 6 hours? Thus, getting your caffeine fix a few hours before sleep is not a good idea. You might want to skip your habit of eating coffee cake or coffee ice cream too. In addition, you might want to limit your espresso consumption and have it early hours of the day rather than late in the afternoon. Otherwise, coffee can keep you awake and alert during the time that you need to shut down. Consuming foods containing caffeine a few hours before bedtime can reduce sleep time. It may also lead to memory retention issues and fatigue. Some people also struggle with emotional control with caffeine intake. 5. Salty foods. They are another culprit when it comes to trouble sleeping. It is not only fatty food, but also salty foods can cause trouble sleeping. Foods containing high amounts of salt can lead to dehydration and water retention. Both conditions can make you feel sluggish and tired. However, you will also wake up with headaches because of dehydration, interrupting your sleep. People who eat salty nuts a few hours before bed can also struggle in sleeping. They may also have to deal with sleep disturbances that will prevent them from sleeping soundly. So if you want to figure out why you're not having a sound sleep, you might want to ask yourself if you have been consuming salty food before bed. To prevent this from happening, avoid salty food for dinner. 6. Spicy foods. These foods can keep you awake at night. They can disrupt sleep because they might cause heartburn that can create issues, especially for people with gastroesophageal reflux disease. For example, foods containing red pepper can lead to core temperature increase, preventing you from falling asleep fast and soundly. To prevent this from happening, you must avoid spicy food at least 3 hours before sleeping. Before we get into the rest of the list, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell. 7. Sweet treats. Cakes, ice cream, and sugared foods are unhealthy for your gut and your waistline. However, they're not just bad for weight management but also for sleep. They can cause sleep disruption that can lead to poor sleep quality and short sleep cycle. Having a lot of sugary treats and foods in your diet, you might suffer from more sleepless nights. Goodies are not the only culprits, but also processed foods and snacks. Some studies had it that individuals who eat excessively sweet foods are more restless at night, leading to less restorative sleep. Sugar can stimulate the brain, causing its alertness, even if you're trying to sleep. You must minimize your sugar intake and avoid it completely when nearing bedtime. Do this and see how your sleep's quality will improve. Replace your sugar cravings with water instead. 8. Hard cheese. Too much of it can cause trouble sleeping. Did you know that a serving of cheese is about one thin sandwich-sized slice or a few dice-sized cheese cubes? However, many of us consume more than this amount. Little we know that it can lead to poor sleep. Cheeses, such as cheddar, Swiss, Parmesan, and blue cheese, are high in saturated fats. They are difficult to digest, staying longer in our stomach, especially when we're lying down. Lying down right after eating hard cheese can cause acid reflux, which can prevent us from sleeping soundly. It can also cause burning in our chest and discomfort in our stomach. If you do want to have cheese, make it a point that you eat it at least 4 hours before sleeping. But if you want dairy instead of cheese, a warm glass of milk may help. Warm milk has long been a solution for sleep because of its tryptophan content. This can help you relax and fall asleep fast. 9. Dark chocolate. This food is high in antioxidants, which is good for strengthening the immune system overall. However, it is one of the foods that you must avoid eating before bedtime. While it may be healthier than other foods like cheesecake, it does contain a lot of caffeine that can prevent you from sleeping. It can keep you awake and alert at bedtime, even if your body wants to shut down. This is a threat like caffeinated tea or coffee before bed because they are stimulants. They can keep you awake and cause trouble sleeping. Did you know that a square of this food has around 1/4 of caffeine or 1 cup of coffee? Surprising but true. It also contains about half the caffeine content as a cup of black or green tea. Take note that some people are slow caffeine metabolizers, meaning that their body cannot process caffeine fast. This means that caffeine will stay longer in our system, giving more side effects, with trouble sleeping as one of it. You must stay away from dark chocolate if you think you're a slow caffeine metabolizer. 10. Hamburger. The beef in hamburger is a great iron and protein source. However, this food is not ideal a few hours before bed. Burgers can take some time to digest, preventing you from sleeping fast. That is why it is better to stay away from hamburgers and other similar treats a few hours before bed. Ground beef in stroganoff, as well, is very heavy and difficult to digest because it is high in protein and saturated fat. You might want to swap beef with turkey breast or chicken for a leaner choice. They contain less saturated fat than beef. 11. Matcha added foods. Matcha is green tea in powdered form, and over the years it's been added to smoothies, cookies, and stir-fries. You might have one of these because matcha has been a trendy product these days. Matcha is loaded with antioxidants. The problem is it's added to different treats with lots of sugar. Did you know that matcha-infused snacks contain about 30 grams of sugar for every serving? This is a lot if you would add it to your total sugar consumption throughout the day. Women, for example, are advised to consume only 25 grams of sugar daily, says the American Heart Association. Too much sugar intake can cause blood sugar spikes, but later will cause feelings of too much hunger because of a steep drop in blood sugar levels. When this happens, you are more likely to wake up for food cravings on another sugary snack. In addition, green tea has caffeine that is about the same as what you'll get in a cup of brewed coffee. If you consume matcha-infused snacks and treats a few hours before bed, it can lead to trouble sleeping. So while matcha is a healthy food itself, the benefits might not be that much if added to sugary drinks and foods. 12. Processed meat and cold cuts. Processed food and cold cuts both contain high levels of salt. So if you're looking for convenient, comfort food for dinner, you must avoid them. They can make you bloated, retaining much fluid in your body. The bloating will lead to stomach discomfort, making you feel restless at night. They can keep you awake at night because they tend to make you drink more water. If you drink more water, you will definitely need to make more bathroom runs, which can prevent you from getting a restful sleep. So instead of a high-sodium food like processed foods and cold cuts, you might instead want to opt for peanut butter and other sources of protein. For example, you might want to put peanut butter over whole grain bread to keep your hunger pangs away at night. 13. Fast food. Just like ultra-processed foods, fast food is another to stay away from if you want to sleep soundly. They're not your best choice to sleep well because they can lead to short sleep duration and poor sleep quality. In addition, too much consumption of fast foods such as burgers, French fries, and spaghetti can also lead to weight gain. This can result in more sleep issues than those in their ideal weight. For example, being obese can cause sleep apnea, which can make it hard for people to sleep because of trouble breathing.